morning, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our loving Chalice community where commitment, compassion, love, and justice guide our way. I'm Reverend Nika Eaton, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. And as always, we are deeply grateful to be meeting on the ancient and unceded land of the Chumash people. Now, each month, as you know, we explore a theme as a community, and this month's theme that we're exploring is The Story Goes On. I'm glad some of you can read or remember. And last week, we explored that theme with our children and how their energy and ideas and participation make this community thrive. And today, we explore that theme through the lens of our elders, who share stories of days gone by at Chalice and how they've seen us be resilient and adapt to change over the last 60-plus years as a community. We also, today, welcome our newest members, which is very exciting, so that the story keeps going. We're so grateful you've all joined us here this morning, both in person and online, to share in fellowship and sacred time together.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Matt Chapin. I'm very pleased to serve as your worship associate today. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And if you will allow me to welcome you to an oasis where we will all appreciate one another for whoever you are, however you come, and whomever you love. For those of us in person, please do me a big favor and the rest of the congregation and silence your cell phones. Thank you. But keep them around for later. We're very glad to share this time and spiritual journey with you.
So, my friends, to call us into the sacred time out of time, I share words by Leah Ongiri called Weavers of One Story. Here we are together, each facing our different human tasks, or maybe the same central one, to embrace the lessons life delivers, to discern and respond as we grow, to refuse harm and cherish flourishing. May we know ourselves as vessels of infinite possibility, holders of each other's heartaches and tales of joy alike, weavers of one story in which we each have a part. May it be so.
And now we will light our chalice, which is our Unitarian Universalist symbol of the light within us all, the hope we seek, the justice that we strive for, and the love that we share. If you have a chalice at home today, I invite you to light one too. And today, I invite Paul Contreras. Good morning, sir. Got it? Thank you. To come up and light our chalice. Our chalice lighting words are by Kim Mason. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. Once upon a time, chemists believed that they could transform lead into gold or death into life. We laugh, but are we not also in the business of alchemy, turning loneliness into connection, pain into comfort, anger into solidarity, faith into action? The subtle magic of our gathering combines love with justice, creates hope out of fear. We engage in a spiritual alchemy, finding beauty in the ordinary and life in the present. Come, let us be transformed together. We kindle this flame now for our transformation.
And my friends, we also now light our beautiful earth chalice as we remember our connection to the earth and to all living things. Our earth chalice was built by our amazing children to invite us to commit to caring for the sustainability of our planet and our children's future. And this flame symbolizes the aspiration that our story goes on. And finally, we light our chalice for peace and justice. And we light this flame for an end to violence, a cessation of war in the Middle East, Ukraine, Sudan, and other parts of the world, an end to racial injustice and oppression of all kinds. May we together live in a world filled with peace, justice, and equity for all. So to that end, I invite us all now to rise in body or spirit, to join us in singing our opening hymn, remembering that together we can build a new world.
We are
Building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free of hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Starting love that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Oh yeah. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, the world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. Please be seated. And now, my friends, a very special moment, our new member ceremony. Ani, I invite you to come up and join us. Today, we recognize and celebrate those who are choosing to join Chalice as members. And before making this joyful commitment, these beloveds have been encouraged to attend worship services regularly, participate in a starting point class, join in a social action activity, a small group, or volunteer in some way for the community, commit to their spiritual growth and development, and make a financial commitment to our faith that is meaningful to them. Now, as you know, our community is united not by creed or dogma, but by covenant, the sacred promises that we make to one another about the kind of people that we want to be and how we want to walk together on this planet in this part of our life's journey. Our covenant is lived out through our UU principles and values, as well as Chalice's mission and covenant of good relations. So let us all speak our mission together up on the wall over there and hopefully on a slide. Yes, there we go. We nurture spiritually courageous people who transform the world through justice and compassion. And today we celebrate that beautiful purpose. And we also share as a community our covenant of good relations. Ani Barker, our fantastic board president, will lead us in reading its opening paragraph on the screen together. No?
Oh, you don't have it?
Okay, in that case, Ani and I will read out the words together.
Okay.
We, the members and friends of the Chalice Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, value opening our hearts and minds to those who have traveled journeys unlike ours and whose strengths and challenges may be different from ours. A welcoming space for all to speak their truth respectfully, the importance of deep listening and respect for each other, relationships with others of all ages, and the gifts that each generation brings to our community,
the democratic process through which we give voice to concerns and offer our time and energy to arrive at solutions. Through this covenant of good relations, it is our intention to foster healthy and productive relations within our church and community as we work together to achieve our mission. We honor that commitment so we may walk more courageously and lovingly in this world. We recognize the individual gifts each member brings and join them with the great gifts of our whole community.
Hopefully you said those along with us in your minds. So in a moment, I will offer a blessing and a charge to our new members. But first, we wanted to introduce them all to you. Our new members are David Campbell, Bethany Simonson, Erica Gardner-Schuster, and Wayne Ayres, who I'm hoping, yes, there they are, online with us. I see Erica and Spencer. Yes, there's Erica. No Wayne today? No? Can you say it again?
He will be joining shortly.
He'll be joining shortly. Wonderful, wonderful. So Erica and Wayne just had a baby a few weeks ago, so they're not they're not able to be with us in person today, but because we've learned this wonderful magic of hybrid services, they can join us online with their baby sleeping, with baby Solstice sleeping next to them. So now I'd like to invite those who are here in person, David and Bethany, to please join us at the foot of the dais and introduce yourselves. If you want to take that microphone right there and just say hi and anything you want to share with the congregation about yourself. Come on up, too.
Hi, I'm David Campbell, and I basically came here. I've been
Hold it really close to your mouth.
I've been feeding my face, clearly, but I need to feed my soul and my spirit. And I think Reverend Nika said it quite well, that this congregation rejects harm and celebrates flourishing. And I'm happy to have found a place to do that.
Oh, thank you. Welcome.
I'm Bethany Simonson. I also have my daughter Lydia, who's been attending with me. She's in the middle there. I was raised devout Mormon, and several years ago found myself really struggling with how to raise my kids the way that I believed that they should be raised, how to love and accept them within the bounds of a religion that did not. And came to the conclusion that that could not be possible, that the God that I was taught to worship wasn't worth worshiping if he didn't love my kids as much as I did. So we walked away, and I thought about what I really valued, and what I really valued was loving others, serving others, and trying to make the world a better place. And I was trying to find a new community that would help with that, and quite a few people suggested I find my local UU. And you have been wonderful, you have been inspiring, and I leave here feeling rejuvenated and feeling better and feeling more hopeful. And that is something I really need in the world right now. So thank you.
Welcome, Bethany. And let's see if Erica and Wayne can introduce themselves.
Hello, Erica Gardner-Schuster. My husband Wayne will be joining in a moment. Thrilled to be joining this really special congregation. I have kind of, for a lot of my life, been searching for a spiritual home. I'm really interested in the intersection between psychology and spirituality and liberation psychology. And I've kind of been on a kind of a solitary path in terms of spiritual journey, and I've been longing for a spiritual community. So I have kind of known about the UU space from friends who raise children in this space, and becoming a mother for the first time 3 weeks ago, during pregnancy, really wanting to kind of prioritize finding a spiritual home and spiritual community for our family and myself and our child became a priority. So I am very happy to be with you all and be, beginning to raise our child in this very special spiritual community.
welcome Erica and Wayne. And just so you know, Erica, we've just restocked our changing table in our bathroom here, and it's ready with supplies for your baby to come visit us when you're ready. And of course, you can all read more about our wonderful new members in our news and notes and in our order of service. And I invite you to introduce yourself to them in our coffee hour. They're amazing human beings, and we're so blessed to have them join us. And new members, we also invite you to fill out one of our wooden hearts like this over there, and so that you can put your heart on the tree of belonging and be part of our tree of belonging. So now you have a sense of the fabulous new members who are joining us, and I would like to offer a welcome to them. So, dear friends, dear newest members, we welcome you into this community of compassion, justice, love, and hope. And I welcome you with a charge and also a blessing. So here's the charge. In affirming your belonging to and with this spiritual community, we ask for the 4 P's that we shared in our starting point class. Number 1, your presence. Our community is not the same without you. By bringing your unique self to worship and other activities, even virtually, you enrich our community. Number 2, your participation. Get involved in one of our social action or service activities to give back to the community. Join our small groups or volunteer to help Chalice grow and serve the wider community. We're an active congregation whose services and programs are made possible by the time and talents of all of our members. And we also invite you to vote at congregational meetings on important decisions for the congregation, and you have a chance to do that today, exactly, right after service. You get to live right into what it means to be a member. Thirdly, your pledge. Help sustain our fellowship financially in a way that is meaningful, generous, and makes you feel good. Chalice relies on members' financial support to continue the programs and services that nourish this beloved community and the wider community. And we are profoundly grateful for all of your generosity. And finally, your practice. Commit to your spiritual growth and development. Participate in Chalice circles, in classes, music opportunities, and small groups to share your search for truth and meaning. Develop something like a meditation practice or find another practice to ensure that you are attending to your journey of spiritual growth and courage. Because when we shift ourselves, the whole world around us changes. So practice living into the best version of yourself by honoring our Chalice covenant, our UU principles and values. So much of what you get out of this community, my friends, depends on what you're willing and able to put into it. And the promise and the commitment works both ways. For it is in giving that we receive abundantly. So that, my friends, is your charge, and here is your blessing. May you find here friendship, inspiration, challenge, love, and hope. May this community become for you a place of companionship for your journey of life and your journey of the Spirit. May it be a place to listen to your inner voice, to open to life's gifts, and to serve needs greater than your own. Blessed be. Welcome. Stay there for a moment.
And, there we go. On behalf of the people of this congregation, and as board president, I am honored to welcome you into membership in our religious community. We invite you to join us in community, in freedom and responsibility, and as we seek to enrich and deepen the meaning of our lives. We look forward to sharing our spiritual journeys, caring for one another, and working together for peace, justice, and love upon which our planet and among all its peoples. So new members, we're going to ask that you speak these words. We're going to put them on the screen.
Okay, you guys can start off, and hopefully Erica and Wayne will join us from home.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We
join with you as members of Chalice Unitarian
Thank you. Thank you. And now, all the members, let's say together, we welcome you now and henceforth as members of Chalice Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, and we celebrate the gifts that you bring to our community. This morning, as we also reaffirm our own commitment to the rights and responsibilities of membership and to our mission. In mutual respect for one another's religious guests, we invite you to join us in building and sustaining a community which shall light the way to a world of peace, justice, and love, and to walk and sing with us in our shared journeys towards greater truth and understanding and goodness. So, as a long-standing tradition here at Chalice in our congregation, we give each new member a small spider plant, and it's a cutting from the original Chalice mother plant that's now many generations away. In this way, we acknowledge the interdependent web of existence of which we are all a part. We also acknowledge our past while affirming the future, which is shaped by your presence here today. Each new member is also receiving a special chalice to remind them of this day, as well as a book about Unitarian Universalism. Welcome to Chalice.
Welcome to Chalice.
And now we gather in our traditional singing to celebrate this occasion by singing our song, From You I Receive.
From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Welcome, new members. So each week, my friends, as you know, we collect canned and dried goods to distribute to people in need through Manna. So please hand your gifts to any of our children or young at heart. Bring them and put them in our chuck wagon in the front. Also, if you've not yet had a chance to write a Joys and Sorrows card in the foyer, you may pick one up now and drop it in the basket. Okay.
And now, important and quick announcements. After service today, we welcome you to have a brief respite in Fellowship Hall at The Lounge, formerly Child Space, our cozy snack and coffee corner haven. And then back here for the annual congregational meeting at 11:30. Please note, online folks, that we will be Zooming the meeting. So please keep your connection connected. Thank you. You the vote. Completed cards you have? What do I do with them, you say? Find Jill and give them to her today. On the, third. On the 22nd, oh my God, you're adorable. On the 22nd and 29th of this month, we need help to move items from the sanctuary to the sanctuary. See Randy. And last but not least, we will be having a cabaret this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
So buy your tickets. They're $25 before the night of, $30 the night of. You can buy them online, or if you must have them today, you can see Anthony or Anna and deal with that. And that is the end of the announcements.
All right. Well, let us now sing our children out with a lamp of love. I think you should have been a town crier in another life, I think, Matt. You're fantastic. So let us guide our children into their sacred spaces beyond these walls. Please join us now as we sing together. May the lamp of light and peace guide you on your way. May it hold you, may it hold you, may it hold you in our love. each and every day.
Have you ever had an inclusive vacation?
All inclusive? One of those?
All inclusive, everything, the whole 9 yards, from the alcohol to the food to the entertainment. Well, I'd like to say on a different level, we have that here. No, we do. We have that here. We have great people. We have a buffet of things. We have great people. We have incredible social justice work, and our incredible Reverend, who has, dare I say, from personal knowledge, infinite patience. We have a joyous place for our children, an embarrassment of riches for spiritual growth and development, as facilitated by our Lifespan Religious Education Director, Sam. This adventure is one that has no end date and, dare I say, is a priceless treasure. So please, as we pass the offering plate now, we thank you for giving generously to Chalice, your home. Your donation helps our fellowship make ripples for good on our planet, and the offering will now be given and gratefully received.
So we decided to wait and do the offering after their singing, because you wouldn't want to interrupt that beauty, would you? Thank you, choir, for touching our soul. Please join me in gratitude for your generosity. We give thanks for the gifts and the givers, and we ask that we may use this offering wisely and well. May these gifts help us nurture spiritually courageous people who transform the world through justice and compassion. Blessed be. My dearest ones, each week we gather as a beloved community, each of us with our own joys and our own concerns, each finding comfort and connection as we reach out to one another. Placing our stones in the sand in a spiral symbolizes our ever-evolving journey on this earth. One day we will all return to the dust of the earth, but for now, our planet holds us and nurtures us. So you may write your joys or concerns in the chat box now if you're online, or email them to me during the week before the service so that we may honor them here together. And as you write them, I will read them and we will place stones together. And then, as most of you know, we'll sing a brief refrain, and those of you who are new with us will catch on quickly, I'm sure. So, Leanne Christensen writes, wonderful omelette picnic yesterday with Merlin's music was an auction tea. So I'm sure that was really enjoyable. And then Dawn Parker writes, Dawn is over there. My niece Mimi just graduated from Eastside High School in Lancaster with a 4.0 GPA, valedictorian, and CSF honors. Congratulations, Mimi. That's wonderful. And then Torkel writes, summertime is in Newbury Park. Yucca plants bloom like candles in the hills. Orange monkey flowers dot the trails. Life is good. Indeed, Torkel, life is good. Thank you. And Steve and Sandy Boyd, where are you? Over there you are. They are celebrating 56 years of marriage today. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. And I know that Floyd and Mary Martin, who are not with us today, are celebrating 60 years of marriage this week. So amazing. And Bethany, one of our wonderful new members, writes, my oldest kid is graduating from high school this week after a year filled with unexpected challenges. I'm so proud of their determination and hard work. We're happy for them. And Sharon and Greg Raver-Lampman, Sharon and Greg, write that our grandson is 6 months old and sleeping through the night. Woohoo! That is exciting. Let's see, some more joys online here. Somebody writes, I think it's Pamela, on Wednesday I'm heading off to an adventure of a lifetime. Sorry to miss the final service in the sanctuary and cabaret. Gratitude to the OCR for your generosity all these years. Please give and get your postcards from Jill. See you in July. Have a wonderful trip, Pamela. And Therese writes, I appreciate the joyousness of our congregation. Anthony and the choir, Reverend Nika and the church leadership, our children and everyone, our meetings together are uplifting. Therese, so glad that you can feel that all across to where you are. Really glad. All right. And Brian writes, a joy. I will be away for a bit meeting with my sister to do a small celebration of my father, Tom Pletcher's life, and doing the task of spreading his ashes in Lake Michigan, a place he loved. We hold you in our hearts, Brian, you and your sister, as you do that. All right. Well, of course, my friends, we celebrate the many gifts that suffuse our lives, the joys that are part of every day, even just the burst of a new flower. And we give gratitude that those joys and the beauty all around us balance out our struggles. So let's lift up these joys together as we sing. Ooh. Breathing, breathing with you is my prayer. And I now invite you to place your sorrows or concerns in the chat box. John Townsend shares that all the Trump supporters who lined Jamboree Avenue in Orange County who awaited his arrival, may this madness end. There's John. Hi, John. And then Denise Dunn writes, I'm staying in Visalia now while recovering from a recent surgery. I'm doing pretty well, and I'm glad I can virtually attend service this morning. Thanks to everyone and their well wishes. And Michael Peters, who I believe is here with us today. Hi, Michael. He's very sad to report that the arthritis in his hands has caused him to end his brief exploration of painting. Oh no! We have so many of your glorious paintings in Chalice, and we look forward to enjoying them. Sorry that you can't continue right now with that. He's grateful for the creative experience he's enjoyed for the past decade. Well, your paintings touch so many lives. Those of you who haven't seen them, next door, they're beautiful paintings of multi-religious symbols that Michael painted, and a beautiful painting of young African children, and so many others. And we're so grateful for the talents that you shared with us, and we hope that your pain will get better. And then Marcy Wingard writes, my husband's sister, my sister-in-law, passed away suddenly. So sorry to hear that, Marcy. Saturday morning in Denmark. She'd been in poor health for a long time, but this was totally unexpected. I'm so glad I saw her when I visited family in December. And then I think she writes something in Danish, because I can't read it. But it says, honor to her memory. Indeed, Marcy, we hold you and your family in our love. And then somebody writes, I'm not sure who this is, but it is with sorrow that my friend Fredice Holland passed this week after many years of health struggles. She's survived by her 2 children, Eli and Reese. Does anyone want to say? Danny, hi. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness. And then Michael writes, a sorrow, Michael Fantozzo, is that how I pronounce it? Writes a sorrow about difficult parental relationships. So sorry, Michael. We hope things improve. And of course, my friends, we hold in our hearts all those who are sick or suffering in any way. May we together envision a world filled with greater peace, kindness, safety, health, and equity for all. So we lift up all those who are struggling as we sing together. Breathing, breathing with you. Breathing with you is my prayer. And my friends, I now invite all of you to hold in mind the joys and concerns present in your own hearts and lives. We invite you to go to one of our sand bowls, either here at the front of the sanctuary, there at the back, to place your stones in the spiral of life, or light a candle if you're at home. We lift you all up as we sing together. Breathing, breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer. Seeking, seeking, seeking with you, seeking with you is my prayer. Loving, loving, loving with you, loving with you is my prayer. Grieving, grieving, grieving with you, grieving with you is my prayer. Healing, healing, healing with you, healing with you is my prayer. Hoping, hoping, hoping with you, hoping with you is my prayer. Sharing, sharing, sharing with you, sharing with you is my prayer. Dancing, dancing, dancing with you, dancing with you is my prayer. Moving, moving, moving with you, moving with you is my prayer. Helping, helping, helping with you, helping with you is my prayer. Singing, singing, singing with you, singing with you is my prayer. Wondering, wondering, wondering with you, wondering with you is my prayer. Breathing, breathing, breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer. May everyone be held in the loving embrace of this congregation, and may that love and compassion ripple out to all who are hurting, both within and beyond this community. Blessed be, and amen. Let us now share a time of reflection or prayer, my friends. I invite you to still your body and mind. You may wish to place both of your feet on the ground if that's available to you, your palms on your lap, and take a deep breath in and out. I will ring the chime to mark the beginning and end of our silence, and then we will sing together. Spirit of life, come. as we let the Spirit of life come to us and fill our hearts. My heart is filled particularly this morning because we have the great privilege of hearing from some of our members who've been here for over 40 years and some even over 50. They've seen it all. From our humble beginnings in 1961 as a small group of dedicated families to our congregation numbering over 200 now. That must have seemed impossible to you at that time. They've seen us move multiple times, and each time they've noticed that the move has been worthwhile in some way, that it's brought us deeper connection, more alignment with our mission, and greater creativity as a family and as a community. So as we're poised for another transition, I wanted you to hear from some of our wise elders. They remind us to trust in this community's resilience, creativity, and resourcefulness. And I'd first like to invite Joanne Van Reenen up to share her thoughts with us.
The evolution of this fellowship has been truly remarkable in the last 40 years that I've been a member here. I arrived in California in 1983, and we were meeting in a church on Wilbur. Attendance was small, usually around 20. And some Sundays there was a minister speaking, but the majority of the services were lay-led. I had been a UU in several traditional churches in Massachusetts that had full-time male ministers. Picture the white colonnaded churches on the green. It was a big change for me, but I started to be on the board almost from my arrival. In no small part, I looked upon the fellowship as my new family, as I had no relatives on the West Coast. We made some more moves, but it was not until 1998, with the arrival of Reverend Betty Stapleford, that we had a full-time UU minister during my second round of being board president. Having grown up a Catholic, I was thrilled with a woman minister. The UU Association in Boston subsidized her first 3 years here, and we actually reached 100 members. I was never sure we would be able to afford a full-time minister, let alone paid staff. That was a big surprise. At that point, we were meeting at the Global Senior Center, which was a good fit for us at the time, although we only had it on Saturday mornings.
Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings. You're right. We are Jewish. I just recalled that. Okay, so anyway.
Well, some of us are.
Back to the Sunday mornings, okay. I never thought we'd own a building outright. I've pledged regularly and contributed to the capital campaign that made that possible. Until we moved here, I didn't appreciate the possibilities of small group meetings, community forums, and interdenominational involvement that we have now. This fellowship has always attracted members who were refugees like myself from other denominations, as well as folks who had no formal religious upbringing. It's also attracted people associated to social justice work with fellow travelers. I am not an activist by nature, but I've been inspired by the example of other members who are, and I've surpassed my usual comfort zone based on their example. I've come to rely on the inspirational messages that I've received on Sunday mornings, both from our minister and from lay members on the worship committee. I'm grateful for the Zoom services that sustained me during COVID and continue to be available to people who can't attend in person. I'm no longer worried that the fellowship will become extinct. We've changed a lot since 1983, and will surely change in the future. I believe there will always be Conejo Valley residents and beyond who are looking for a church without dogma and with a progressive agenda. They need us, Their children need us, and we need them. Besides inspiring Sunday services, I've benefited the most in Chalice circles, where I've gotten to know members at a deeper level than over coffee. I've met so many interesting people here, it's almost like we audition for talent. I look forward to helping out wherever I can support Chalice in the future, and I hope that you do too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joanne. And now we have a video from Floyd Martin, who, as I mentioned earlier, is celebrating his 60th wedding anniversary this weekend. So he decided to record for us.
My name is Floyd Martin. Appreciate being invited to participate in this member service. As a long-time active member and past president of our UU fellowship. I was a junior at Arizona State University 63 years ago in 1961. I read about the merger of Unitarians and Universalists. I was impressed with the leadership roles in forming our country, Constitution, and current civil rights movements. I vowed to check them out someday. Like most of you, Mary and I came from different religions and states. Mary was raised in the Congregational Church. I was raised in the Methodist Church. We were married in the Congregational Church in Phoenix 60 years ago on June 6th. This weekend we celebrate our anniversary in Idlewild, California, with family and close friends. We moved to Simi Valley almost 57 years ago from Arizona, so I could serve as the founding mathematics instructor at college. Mary taught special education at Sinaloa Middle School in Simi Valley. We became members of the Congregational Church in Simi Valley. The church was in a home on a large property. It owned and could use 24/7. The living room was the sanctuary. The bedrooms were the classrooms. As their vice president, I helped plan the building of the sanctuary on the vacant land and that they now enjoy. All of Mary's and my church history was with churches with full-time ministers appointed by their denominations. Welcome, new members. At UU churches. Our members are elected by the congregation after an extensive search facilitated by the Unitarian Universalist Association. The UUA facilitates communication between candidates and the Ministerial Search Committee elected by the church. I was elected to serve on the committee to select our last minister before Reverend Mika. Every Sunday at the Congregational Church, members state their articles of faith. I had stopped saying it in front of my children because I could no longer accept it as truth. Wanting a new church home for our family, I attended Emerson UU in Canoga Park with our two oldest daughters 47 years ago in January 1977. The minister informed me afterwards that a Unitarian Universalist Church existed in Thousand Oaks. The following Sunday, we visited the Conejo Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. They met at the Jan's house at the Conejo Valley Arts Cultural Center. The sanctuary was the living room. The bedrooms were the classroom. This was the same arrangement as the Congregational Church in Simi Valley. But our fellowship only rented it for Sunday mornings. All church business work in members' homes. I especially remember our family of five being enthusiastically greeted by Thelma Williams and Sue Rosecrans. Our daughters were 1, 4, and 6 years old. We became very active members. We both taught in the RE program. The fellowship had no employees. An LAUU minister conducted the Sunday service once a month. I chaired the program committee. We planned all of the other services. We studied other UU church bulletins, invited some of the guest speakers to speak to us. We did not have a choir. Records were played for music. Sometimes an acoustic guitar was played. Years later, Francis Pardee formed the first choir using a promotional set of scores from the great hymnal published later. We now use this great hymnal along with the new teal one. We rehearsed around Francis's playing grand piano in the living room. We did not meet in the summer. I planned camping trips. so we could attend other UU churches in Ventura and Santa Barbara counties. I planned beach camping trips every year with other RE teachers. We reviewed the RE materials on loan from the UU to choose what we wanted to use for the following year. We would tell the kids what each kit was about and ask them what they would like to learn about if there was a choice for their age. Using Sylvia Johnson's publication, Church Homes, we made seven more moves since Mary and I joined before our present location, which we own and use 24/7. We are no longer the church in the box or wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. I stated before our present location. We have many more diverse members, outstanding leadership, experience and resources than we have any proceeding migration. This all contributed ideas, talent, and energy to make our next moves our most outstanding, fruitful, to continue fulfilling our mission statement. To nurture spiritually courageous people. We transform the world through justice and compassion. Thank you.
And now Thelma.
I stand up here looking around at all of you people. And it's so thrilling to me to see you all and to realize what has gone into making this happen. I say that because 54 years ago, I went to a UU meeting in a very small room next to a basketball game going on at a recreation center near Thousand Oaks High School. I knew nothing about Unitarianism at that time. But I had been, as a minister's daughter, always involved in churches, and I needed something because I was a single mother with 3 young teenagers. I was actually looking for an extended family, to be honest with you. But I was also looking for some other kind of religious beliefs. And I walked into that room, and it was a welcoming space, just as Nika mentioned this morning. And that welcoming space that I've heard so many of you mention when you walked into the first Unitarian meeting that you ever went to. And a light went on in your head, as it did with me, and I realized, this is where I belong. Absolutely. I was welcomed. I felt at home. I felt safe. I felt so warm. And I was supported, and those 15 people who were there had my like-minded ideas. They said a creed every Sunday that exactly supported everything that I believed in. So I joined, and of course, as soon as you join, you're given jobs. You have to, because there are only 15 or 20 people. If you want to keep the group going, and if you believe in them, boy, you'll get busy. So, of course, I did, and I'm so glad I was able to do that. After a while, we moved. I don't even remember the first place we moved to after I joined, but it was 8 or 9 times, as it's been mentioned already, that we have moved in our history. Folks, it's part of our growth experience to pattern. We have this pattern to move. We grew and we'll grow again. And we continue to do so, at first in numbers. We attracted resilient, courageous, and wonderful members, and so many talented people. There's something about our Unitarian group that seems to attract talented people. And I'm not sure exactly why that is, although I do know why, but we'll go into that at another time. But these talented people are so willing to give of their talent. And one of the most talented groups that we had was the board, because as you've learned from Floyd, the board made all the decisions about everything. And it was always a strong board. And those strong leaders believed in the Unitarian beliefs. They believed in what we did. They believed in attracting resilient, courageous people. And each place we've met has made a difference. Each place we've met, and some of them, believe me, have not been the best places to have worship services. We've tried to make them as worshipful as we could, hanging banners and always having the creed said, because that was important, and also always having the same kind of worship services with all these talented people that we had in our congregation. So these strong leaders believed in the principles that we had. And at that time, we didn't have this mission, but we certainly had other purposes, and that's what they believed in. And they believed in us going out and talking to other people about what Unitarianism is. I don't know if you remember the 70s, but especially in the 70s, well, a lot of you don't, I know. But in the 70s in Thousand Oaks, we were such a conservative suburbia. It was absolute. They had a sign that said, "Get the U.S. out of the UN," when you drove into town. I mean, it was so conservative. And all of a sudden, we had a Unitarian group here that was able to attract people, the few people that were liberal. But it was important that we do that. But just remember, folks, it's not the building, it's the people. It's so important to think about that. These are the people that have the strong support of liberal principles. They know our purpose, our covenant, and they're willing to speak, sometimes on the street corners, which I've done many a time, and I'm sure some of you have too. But it's the people, it's not the building. We continue to grow in any welcoming space that we are in. It's the people. We must continue to have a presence, especially we are all so concerned about what's going on in the world and in our own area and in our national politics. And it's important that we support the liberal principles that we have. We need to make our presence known. It's so important. I'm being a cheerleader, I know, about Unitarianism, but it's important that we let people know this. We must continue to be a presence in the community. It's so important that we work to make our presence and our purpose evident. We must be strong. Change makes us resilient. If we believe in our purpose, we'll go on as strong as ever. Change makes us resilient, inventive, able to look around corners and see what's happening. We're going to be doing that soon when we all move over to our new corner. Remember, it's the people, and you are the people with your passion and your belief. It's not the building. Remember, it's our history.
Thank you so much, Thelma and Joanne and Floyd, for your rousing memories of this community and also your rousing call for our future. It's the people, friends. Aren't they remarkable? We're so grateful for your commitment to Chalice for all these many years. And it's really generous people like you with determination, resilience, vision, and dedication that make this place so special. You've all helped the fellowship in so many ways, sharing your time, your treasure, and your talents with us. My friends, we are who we are because of you and so many others who've poured their hearts, their resources, and their time into making this fellowship thrive. Thank you all. As Thelma said, we the people are Chalice. We are who we are because of all of you. So, my friends, with the fire of commitment, we can do this. In fact, we can do anything. So let's rise in body or spirit and sing about our commitment to this community so that our story may go on and on. From the light of days remembered, burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a song both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. My friends, please remain standing if able. Touch elbows as we extinguish our chalices together now. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. My friends, go in peace. Go with love overflowing from your hearts, and go with the fire of commitment spurring you on, that our story may go on and on. And as the first part of our story going on and on, I invite you to coffee in our new lounge, and then come on back in 15 minutes for our annual meeting. We can't wait to see you then. Thank you all.